Okay, good day to everyone. Today I am going to speak about some stuff regarding my last video that I'm
Six. Me have some things I me never talk about. Circumstances me know fi live without. We no do them nothing and them want fi take we out. Them send them friends fi kill me but them couldn't make me out.
Them say the root of everything. System and fuckery. More and more me see it. You cuss all you want, and the same thing repeat. Bag of fuckery. MP them asleep. No job nah give away you for a bang of thief. That a fuckery. Police brutality. But we have rights, so I'm gonna do something for charity. But what they do, they abuse all authority.
Okay, good day to everyone. Today I am going to speak about some stuff regarding my last video that I made. Person was saying, oh, I was talking about what prisoners should get inside prisoners inside the prison, or what jailer should get inside the jail, etc., and why I think phone should be allowed inside the prison. I'm going to be stating all that, and they said that I didn't make mention of what I was there for. However, I was there for real estate fraud, a few $1 million. All right. Why I said each inmate should have their own cell phones. Reason being, there is no landline, no phone box, etc. in the prison. And yes, prisoners or jailers need to have their phones, because at the end of the day, not because someone was accused of committing an offense or did an offense, doesn't matter what they are or what they do. And then probably person would say yes, some person deserves, some person don't. But for me, I am not in a situation to judge anybody, because we are all mere man. However, as I was stating, persons in there, doesn't matter the offense they committed, they have babies out back on the streets. They have family members. They have, their stuff that they want to keep up with or keep it. You have a lot of persons from inside prison that is working inside the prison and maintaining their family outside in society. So it doesn't matter if a person murders someone, which it is wrong for a person to take a next person's life, because look, you can actually murder somebody, but it's how you do it. I am not gonna cheer on for person that get up and murder person brutally without a cause. You understand? If you're fighting or you're in something where you have to defend yourself or defend your family because you were threatened first or you were attacked first and you had to defend yourself, and then someone ends up dead, well, all I have to say is you do what you have to do at the moment. You understand? You did what you have to do at the moment. So I cannot stay here and judge anyone and saying, oh, they should go to hell because they're a murderer or whatever, etc., what the case might be. No. Persons do deserve a second chance, and it is hard enough persons already in there doing their time, you know. I think that's enough, because it's not easy in there. Yes, I know it wasn't meant to be easy. That's the reason why it's called jail. It's called prison, to put you away for you to pay, for stuff that you have done. So yeah, that's the reason why I was stating about phones. Each individual prisoner should have their own phone, you understand? And I didn't mean just have their own phones without being monitored. So guys, don't get me wrong. And the next thing is, not every inmate will ever use a cell phone to do bad. Not saying some won't use a cell phone to do bad, but you actually have inmates that need a cell phone for the good use. You understand? Like as I just stated, family members, lawyers, etc., help to raise their children from the inside, I stated that persons work from in the prison to maintain their family outside. Yes, you can work from the prison to maintain your families on the outside. You have sanitation workers in the prison. You have kitchen staff workers in the prison. You have art and craft workers in the prison. You have sewing workers in the prison. You have a wide range of different works in the prison. It's not a lot you get, but when you do save that money, it does accumulate up. And trust me, a lot of persons that in there, they do need it, that has a job. Understand? So it's just I'm just trying to get my point across, so I don't want nobody to say, oh, she's rooting for the prisoner, she's this or she's doing that. No. At the end of the day, everybody needs a second chance, doesn't matter the circumstances. And for persons who is saying stay out of prison, etc., make sure you do the right thing so you don't have to go there. You know, persons are saying that you're a criminal, etc. Just remember what you're saying and ensure that you never ever reaches there, because it doesn't take a lot for anybody to reach in prison. It doesn't take nothing at all. You can be falsely accused. You can be driving on the road, going about your daily activity, going to work, going to pick up a family member, you know, and your car actually meeting an accident where you crash and you hit somebody or something like that. You can reach the prison. There's so many different ways you can reach the prison, you understand? So you can be burning a spliff on the road, you can reach the prison, especially if it doesn't have a strong backbone or the strong defense or a good family members to defend you. You understand? There's so many different ways you can reach there. So be mindful of the stuff you talk about when you're going to say, oh, if you don't want to get the punishment, stay out of prison or this or that. Your criminals, your criminal and is a menace to society. It takes nothing for you to be there. And as I stated before, I was never a prisoner there. I was a jailer. I was held, so I could see the judge when my court date would be available. And at the end of the day, I saw the judge and I went home. So I was never a prisoner there. I was just a jailer. Okay, I went home without being convicted, or as some person would know, getting sentenced. So guys, just before speaking out of ignorance, take the time out to listen keenly and understand what I'm saying, because if it's not you, it can be a family member of yours. So stop the bashing and stop disrespecting other person's opinion. You understand? It's just life. All right, let me address persons who are saying, because I'm not there, I am talking about phones in vagina. I will repeat again, I never put any phones in my vagina, and I will never put a phone in my vagina. And I spoke about phones in vagina because officers know all that. It's not a secret, guys. Over at South Camp Adult Correctional Center or Fort Augustus, it's not a secret that phone are still being keeping in vagina. That's your special purse when you're in jail, if you wish to put it in your special purse. You understand? So every officer knows, but there's just this rule where no officers is permitted to go inside your vagina for that phone. However, I heard that before now they had the right to go in your vagina and take out the phone, but that rule has been abolished. So me coming out and talking about hiding phones in your personal purse, which is your vagina, is no secret. So stop talking about because I'm not there, I'm talking about I'm leaking the secret, etc. It's no secret. Every officer knows that the phones are kept in the vagina. And there are different hiding spots from vagina, but as I said, I will not talk about stuff that will affect the dorms, etc. So when I come out and I talk about phone in vagina, it's not a secret, because if it was a secret, I would never mention it, because I have persons over there still that I love dearly. Okay, so before you all judge and want to discriminate and say, hey, Terry, please to ask first before you all start talking up your mouth or saying whatever you don't know. It doesn't make sense. Nonsense you all speaking. The next part I want to talk about, when I said that the lockdown and the lockdown, 23-hour lockdown, and you guys are saying it's a form of punishment my foot. In no circumstances anybody should be locked down for 23 hours. Doesn't matter. That's 1 hour less from, that's a hour less from one whole day. So it doesn't matter what, as I said, persons need their freedom, and it's called rehabilitation. And the reason why you're placed there when you commit an offense or whatever is because they put you there to rehabilitate so you can come out as a better person. But honestly, being there, if you don't have a strong mindset, you will never come out as a better person, because it's just a lot of injustice, etc., as I was saying before, so you have to know what you want and have a strong mindset to come out, rehabilitate and come out. A lot of person will never ever reform. A lot of person, as I said, will never ever reform from that place when they comes out. Some of them will end up dead, some will end up doing the same thing, some will end up being worse because there's no form of rehabilitation over there. Even when you try, there are some officers that are always bringing you down. That place is like the Middle East, Iraq. You understand? You always have to be fighting for some reason. So you hardly get the time to sit, think, and relax. You understand? So I'm not talking like I expect over there to be a better rose, as you guys would be saying or whatever. But at the end of the day, you're placed there for rehabilitation. It should be a rehabilitation, not a war zone or not a discrimination zone. You understand? And officers that are working there are very mixed up, troublesome, disrespectful. They don't know the meaning of correctional officers. You understand? They're wearing the uniform, that's the gray uniform that stated correctional.
Who live and who dead card to me sing for free.
So as I was saying about officers, that's supposed to be correctional officers that do not know their duty or their responsibilities. That why they actually wear the uniform gray. All right. One day I was supposed to get some medication because my nostril was bleeding and I went to the surgery 4 times. However, I was told 3 times to come back. They gave me a specific time to come back each time. The 4th time I went there, it was a friend of me that went there. When I went there, the officer opened the door and said to me, I should come back, and I'm like, no. Before the officer opened the door, I said, if I don't get my medication today, I'm gonna borrow matches from the kitchen and light the cylinder. However, everybody knows that you can't borrow matches from the kitchen, or you cannot have access to the matches from the kitchen to light the cylinder. The officer went and reported me and whatever. The superintendent came. At the time, it wasn't Leslie Cameron, it was Collins. He came with some green suit overseer, and they bring me in the office and they asked me to repeat what I said. So now, if somebody asks you to repeat what you said, ain't you going to repeat what you said? So I said, if I didn't get my medication, I feel like I'm going to borrow matches from the kitchen and light the cylinder. Here, the superintendent now, she not the manners. You see this, she repeat herself. And I'm like, what the hell? You just asked me to repeat what I said. Are you done, sir, or something? The man said, try down to punishment block. Anyway, no problem. I went to my punishment block. So I said that I was going to call. When I was down there was very filthy and dirty and nasty. So I asked for stuff to clean down there. Officer came down there and let me know that the reason why she came down there was to tell me that I am not getting no bleach, no disinfectant, no nothing that I asked for to clean the place. However, state, when you're anywhere you're there, the government provide cleaning products for you to clean wherever you're at. So I said, okay, then I'm going to call Jamaica Stand Up for Justice. I'm going to call Human Rights. I'm going to call everybody. So they went away. Then they came back with gloves and everything. We're going to need a search from you. So please don't let the officer undress you. And I'm like, what? No, officer's not going to undress me. If you want to search me, I will remove my clothing and you look. But you're not going to touch me and undress me. So I did that. They allowed me to do that and whatever. So a overseer said to a young officer, search your hair. Everybody know I don't play when it comes down to my hair. My hair is long and thick because I have natural hair. When I bend over my hair to separate the hair for the lady to see it, the lady grabbed me by my hair. Listen, and grabbed me by my hair. Aggressively, trying to prove some point. So I grab her by her throat. I grab her wig and I fling her wig away and grab her by her throat. Her name is Vanessa Williams. That's an officer. And so I shoved her against the grill and we had her little thing out and whatever. So, because I said to her, when I held her against the grill, I said to her, bitch, you don't even know you're playing with because I'll kill you. You think I'm here for an officer to come and put their hands on me and etc. or whatever. So anyway, she realized I couldn't manage me. So officers were there like, Kimisha, let go of the lady, let go of the officer, take your hand off the officers, take your hand off the officer. But they're not seeing when the officer actually had her hands on me being aggressive to my hair. I'm going to defend myself and I'm not going to let no officer beat me, you understand? So that was the circumstances. Anyways, they went about their business and I went about my business. They were the one that come down here to provoke me because you didn't need to come down here to let me know that I'm not going to get no cleaning products. All you had to do is send a note or send somebody to say I'm not getting it. But they came down there to make problems, so I gave them problems. Few hours later now, I saw officer came and said I'm needed at the front gate. So I said, for what reason? Because whenever they come and say they need you at the front gate, you have to know where you're going and for what, you understand? Because you can also reject going if you don't want to, you understand? They cannot force you to go nowhere you don't want to go when you're over there. So I said, to whom? So it was a nice officer, so I decided I was going to go with her to see what was taking place. Let my guard down. When I went up there was 2 police officers there to charge me. Listen, they called police from a police station to come and charge me for harassing the officer, but I didn't say that it was the officer first grabbed my ear. As I stated before, people, I am there to keep and care until I go back to court. You are not going to place your hands on me because I'm going to place my hands on you and I'm going to do you brutal stuff. Anyway, now, the officers came and said they're there to charge me and they said I should sign the paper and whatever. And I'm like, what? That's not how it goes. That's not how I know it goes. I've been to court a few times since I've been over here and that's not how it goes. For an officer to charge me, you take the officer. For a police officer to come in and charge me for a correctional officer, first, you take the correctional officer's statement. You have to take my statement also, which he didn't. So I said to him, listen, this is how it's going to go. If you're gonna charge me, I'm gonna let you charge her too because she harassed me also. She harassed me and I arrested her. So they said, okay then. They go outside and I whisper something and they come back in and then said they're just gonna warn me about it because they know I know my right now, so they couldn't get to charge me because as I said, guys, there's a lot of corruption and injustice over there. So when you don't know your rights, they abuse you and abuse the system also too. So you have to know the rules and the regulation and you have to know your rights. You understand? Because if you don't know your rights, you end up in hell over there. Trust me. So the officer, the policeman said to me, one of them, we're not going to charge you again. We're just going to warn you. And I'm like, warn me? Warn me? You need to warn she. However, they said, okay, then they warned me against the officer and warned the officer against me. However, they stated to me also to that they got a report that I was going to burn down the prison, like the cylinder and burn down the prison. I'm like, officer, have a good day. I'm going to go back to my punishment. I'm like, now I have no time to waste with you guys. Until you have something substantial to come back to me about, then you can do that. But have a blessed day. I have to go now. And I walk right out and escort me back down to my punishment block. I'm telling you, people, it's just corruption over there. And if you do not know your rights as an inmate going over there, they will abuse you and take disadvantage of every situation. You understand? So, you have to know what you're doing when you're in a place like that. And trust me, no officer is going to let down no officer. You might have 1 and 2 of them that want to do the right thing, but guess what now? The majority of them is going to be on each other side, even when it's not correct. So the 2 officers that would want to stand out and say, hey, look, this is not correct, they cannot because they're looking on their job and they're looking about they're going to have to answer to a superintendent at the end of the day, you understand? So that's how corruption come in place because when one person is there that want to do actually the right thing, they cannot do when majority of the person there is doing the wrong stuff, you understand? They just have to stand there. Not saying they're participating, but basically they have to stand there, have nothing to say, I cannot do anything. That's how it runs over there. So, yeah. I don't see the rehabilitation over there. As I said before, there is school over there that you can go to, but sometimes the superintendent place, for example, the teacher is supposed to be working at the computer lab, sometimes place elsewhere to work. The teacher is supposed to be working at this, for example, maths class, place elsewhere to work. You understand? So it's not steady, it's not constant. So you see, some persons actually want to do good, but they're forced to go the other route. And as I said before, if you do not have a strong mindset, you'll go the wrong route. You just have to know this is what you want and this is what you're going to do. You understand? But I'm just hoping for the best for everybody that is there and that things will work out. And this will not be the end because I'm trying to go on a few shows and talk about my experience and stuff that is actually happening over there to inmates. You understand that should not be happening. Officers that goes in the prison and change the rules of the prison and do what they want to do instead of following the rule that was actually set for the prison. Yes, the next thing I should answer about this person talking about, if you did a crime, why you want to dress as a fashion designer in the prison. I did not say it at any time that anybody should be dressed as a fashion designer for art of statement pieces. No. But in any case or sense, 3 pieces of outfit cannot do for no inmate at all. Okay, so before you guys get up and say this and say that, shut the hell up and try to understand and listen. Grab something good in your mind. Bear in mind, as I said, not everybody is prisoner over there. Some persons are jailers. Jailers are mixed with prisoners, with persons that actually get sentenced, which one of the things that should never ever even take place. But as I said, Jamaica, anything goes. The good, bad, the in between, and the different. Everything mixed together. You understand? So when I'm saying jailers do not get uniform unless you want to ask for one, and if they will give you one. So jailers are supposed to wear clothes, your own clothes that you provide or your family member provide with their money. Yes, so you're supposed to wear clothes as a jailer, but you're only provided 3 suits, which is not enough for a female. That's unsanitable. So I'm just hoping everything can be relooked and sorted out. And not saying this for anybody to think over there is a good place to be or want to go there. It's a bad place to stay away from there. Don't ever want to go there. Try to walk on the safe and narrow path. It's not going to be easy at all time, but sometimes, even though someone might pass their place and you want to do something, sometimes run away. And not saying if the person run behind you and keep poking, you're not supposed to poke back because you're not an idiot, you understand? Or sometimes stuff might get hard and you want to do stuff to, make some money, whether it's taking drugs away or whatever. Rethink it. Try to do something different first, you understand? And see and weigh your options first. Just don't jump and do. Think before you act. Because sometimes when you're not even used to certain stuff, you would have to, if you don't think before you act, you would have to go over there and you're not used to certain stuff and you would have to get involved into certain stuff that you're not used to. You understand? You come from a good background or a good home. Person treat you like you're nothing over there. You understand? So it's just nothing. It's nowhere for you to be or want to go. Sometimes it's not worth it. So just please stay away from 5 South Camp. That's just 5 South Camp, 5 Camp Road. You understand? It's a very dangerous place to be. It's a very evil place to be. It's a place where your right becomes wrong and your wrongs become right. It's a place where you have no say if you don't want to stand up for yourself. Understand? It's a place if you probably talk too hard, you get beaten by officers if you're not determined and decide, listen, no officer can beat you. You understand? It's that kind of a place. It's a place if you behave too strong or talk too strong, they want to throw you in punishment block for no possible reason. It's a place if you said, for example, you don't like Leslie Campbell, which is the superintendent, he punish you, lock you up in your cell, punish you for freedom of speech. And as far as I know, freedom of speech is a must. Slavery abolished a long time, you understand? So let me tell you, man, it's just derogative. It's just disgusting. So please, I'm asking, stay away from there if you can. Worst place to be. Honestly, if I should give up my home, for example, if I get the chance to get a nice place to stay over by South Camp and live in a gully or under a bridge and have my freedom, I would rather to live under a bridge, in a gully or whatever the case might be, than to go there where everything is cut off from you. You understand? Disrespect, all kind of stuff, violation, etc. And even though cavity search has been abolished, etc., even though no officer is permitted to want to put their hand in your vagina or in your panty or whatever to get your phone. Some officer will know that it's there and they will want to push their hands in your vagina or even in your panty to take your phone. And that is wrong because that rule has been abolished a long time. You understand? So as I said, they will gang you too to take your phone. If they know you have your phone in your whatever, they will want to gang you and take it. So I'm telling you, it's just a rough place to be. You would have to fight for your rights. Let them know you ain't playing. When they know you're serious, they don't play with you a certain way. You understand? And as I said, guys, it's not right to have your phone because it's illegal. But at the end of the day, you will have to do what you have to do to survive. For example, me, I have my child. You understand? And I'm not gonna make because of nothing at all. I didn't hear from my child the way I wanted to hear from my family members as often as I wanted to. Yes, it's wrong and it's illegal and it's a form of corruption the way I got it. But I glad I have no remorse that I had my cell phone because it helps me out a lot. For the short time I was here, it helped me to be close to my family. You understand? If I cry, they cry with me. If I laugh, they laugh with me. It's just a good process. So I'm not gonna say, this and that because I had mines too, and it helps a lot. It helps a lot. So yes, having a cell phone is wrong and it's illegal and it's a form of corruption, but some persons like myself just had to do what we had to do, you understand? And I understand what everybody is saying. It's wrong to have a cell phone in there because it can do a lot of damage. Because, for example, me now, an officer might do me something and I want to fight it out with that officer or, get back at that officer. I won't take up my phone to call out and make a threat. I would not do that. I rather me and the officer have it out and, we fight it out and it's done right there. But on the other hand, you're going to have inmates who get the beat up because they're not willing to fight back. They're cowards, etc. You understand? They're cowards. And what I learned, you can never beat the majority. You understand? You can beat the less amount. So if inmates weren't such of a coward, no one officer or 3 officer can come to say, they're going to beat the entire dorm for no reason. You understand? If somebody do something in that dorm and they were united and everybody stand up and say, listen, this is not going to happen today. You're not going to place it on this inmate without her doing something. She didn't place her hands on you first. So they could not have won, you understand? But the place is not united. The inmates themselves are corrupted, bad mind and grudgeful. For simple and nothing. Inmates themselves use a cell phone, they call an officer to inform on you. Because what? They don't have one. They cannot afford one. Or just the fact you and them not friends. When is it cool to inform on each other? It's never cool, you understand? I've seen where persons and I are not even friends. Don't talk over there. And they leave the phone careless and search what's coming. You understand? Charger, etc. And I grab it up and I eat it for them. Because guess what now? We were all there together. So you're not going to want to see a next man thing go. You understand? Yeah. So it's simple as that. But correctional officers, do your job. Instead of going there in the mornings or the nights to do what is not really relevant, start doing what is relevant. You're being paid for a reason. And remember, without those inmates, you can't get a pay. So do your job, okay? Have a great day.
Them set the root of everything. System and fuckery. More and more me see it. You cause all you want, the same thing repeat. Bag of fuckery. MP them asleep. No job now give away you for a bang of thief. That a fuckery. Police brutality. But we have rights, so I'm gonna do something for charity. But what they abuse all authority. What you gotta say because the people needs clarity. How this spine humanity. Come like say them when you lose all your sanity. Treat the people with a slave mentality. Who live and who dead card to where me see fuckery. More and more me see it. You cause all you want, the same thing repeat back.